cocaine is dominating European territory. Countries such as Germany, Ireland, and Belgium are facing grave public health crises due to the explosion of drug consumption. Currently, most of the cocaine entering Europe originates from Brazil. Although the country is not a producer of the drug, it has become the main distributor through an extremely organized and powerful criminal faction called the PCC. The group has established a complex structure, utilizing Brazil's extensive Atlantic coastline to ship narcotics in containers aboard hundreds of vessels. In this scenario, the ports of Hamburg, Rotterdam, and Antwerp in the North Sea have solidified themselves as major smuggling hubs. In 2025, European authorities seized 550 tons of the drug, a historical record 30% higher than the 419 tons in 2024. However, experts warn that only 30% to 40% of the contraband is intercepted. The rest reaches its destination. This is no longer just about trafficking, but a colossal logistical operation on a global scale. This billion-dollar structure is not sustained by brute force alone, but by the corrosion of institutions. The gang has evolved from being just a drug cartel to becoming an illicit investment holding. To wash the sea of money that flows in daily, the group has diversified its operations aggressively. Today, they command large chains of gas stations, transportation fleets, engineering firms, and even dental clinics. But the definitive leap happened in the capital markets. The PCC now operates as a global clandestine bank. Through high-level strawmen, the organization injects billions into investment funds, the luxury real estate sector, and makes massive use of crypto assets to move fortunes beyond the reach of central banks. We are talking about a criminal conglomerate with an estimated annual revenue of $5 billion. When we combine legal and illegal businesses, the total revenue of organized crime can reach an impressive $50 billion. Its reach is truly global. The PCC now operates in 28 countries. Nations such as Spain, Italy, the Netherlands, and especially Portugal already host numerous PCC members. Due to the shared Portuguese language, Portugal currently stands out with an incredible 1,000 members within its territory, strengthening communication and coordination, and giving the group a strategic advantage in negotiating and expanding drug distribution across Europe. The reflection of this is seen in healthcare. The search for cocaine addiction treatment has skyrocketed. In 2023, the rate reached 93 cases per 100,000 inhabitants, an alarming increase when compared to the 15 cases recorded just 5 years earlier in 2021. Europe is currently living through a national security dilemma it has ignored for decades. While trafficking was seen only as a local police matter, it has transformed into a silent force of destabilization. The United States has already understood that the game has changed. Washington has raised the tone, pressuring Mexico in operations that resulted in the hunt for leaders like El Mencho, leader of the largest Mexican drug cartel, and is now moving to classify the PCC as a terrorist organization. This change in status is not merely semantic. It allows the US to use tools of financial warfare and military intelligence against the Brazilian faction. Meanwhile, Europe seems paralyzed. Without a common and aggressive defense policy against transcontinental mafias, the continent has become a safe haven for the PCC's expansion. This absence of a coordinated response allowed the faction not only to ship the drug, but to plant logistical and political roots on European soil. When trafficking moves billions, it doesn't just sell cocaine, it buys silence and infiltrates institutions. Dismantling networks that operate with the agility of multinationals requires more than port patrols. It requires political will to treat the PCC as what it truly is, a threat to the stability of the state. In the end, the question remains for European leaders. Are the institutions ready to face an enemy that has the budget of a power and the audacity of a terrorist group? If you enjoyed this content, subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't miss the next videos.